and welcome to Cabbages Kings cooking tutorial. My name's Keith, I'm the catering manager here at Cabbages Kings.
My name's Casper and I'm the head chef here at Cabbages Kings.
Today we're going to be making some burgers. We're going to do one meat burger and one veggie burger. So here are the ingredients for what we need.
So for the beef burger we've got beef mince, some pre-boiled garlic, chilli to make a little bit of spice, and then barbecue sauce, English mustard, paprika, oregano, and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
When you're cooking beef burgers, it's good to get a mince which has got 20% fat content or higher. Otherwise it's a little bit too lean and they might fall to bits, and there's a little bit more flavour in there as well. You can have leaner if you're healthy, you're going for the healthy options, but yeah, you do have a risk that it might fall to bits. For the veggie burger, we're doing a falafel veggie burger. So falafel's main ingredient is chickpeas. We have some flat leaf parsley here, you can use curly as well, red onion and coriander. We're going to put a little bit of cumin in there, and there's some salt and pepper there, which we'll use for both of those, obviously for seasoning. Okay, let's get cooking.
So we're going to start off today with the falafel burger. So just onion, same as last week. Take off the outer skin.
So for the burger, Casper's going to be fine dicing the onion. He'll cut it lengthways downwards, and then he'll put it on the side and then cut it across. That way we'll give it a nice fine dice, and then he'll probably run over it again with a knife just to make sure it's super fine. He's using a brown board, which is used for raw vegetables. If you're using ready-to-eat vegetables, you'd be using a green board, and there's other colour codes such as yellow boards for cooked meats, red boards for raw meat, and then blue boards for fish, white boards for bread and dairy.
So we only need half of the onion for this recipe, so just put half to the side. Save that for later. I'll just run over the onion again, just to make sure it's nice and fine, no lumps.
On this particular recipe, the onions are going to be going in the food processor with the chickpeas, so you don't have to be too strict with how fine you do the onions.
So that's our onions ready to go. So next we take a few sprigs of coriander, and then we just need the leaves, just those off there.
Again, this will be a rough chop because it's going to be going in the food processor with the chickpeas again. If you're one of the many people that aren't keen on coriander, you can substitute it for other herbs if you like. With a little bit of thyme, rosemary, maybe basil if you're feeling adventurous.
And then here we've got some flat leaf parsley, again, just a few leaves, just roughly chop those as well. So that's our herbs done.
All right, so we're ready to process all the ingredients. We pre-diced some garlic there as well, and a little bit of seasoning.
First things first, we've got a can of chickpeas drained. They go into the food processor. And then our half finely diced red onion goes in there as well. And then we've got our coriander, probably about a couple of teaspoons of each, coriander and parsley. And then we've got 2 garlic cloves, which are finely minced. Pinch of salt and pepper. Just blitz that until it's all combined. Now, roughly chopped chickpeas, they're not fine like a puree yet for a hummus, but they are quite well chopped. Everything's mixed together nicely. Cool, so this is our blitzed chickpea, coriander, parsley and red onion. And to add that, we're gonna add a teaspoon of oil, sunflower, vegetable, olive oil, whatever oil we have at home will work. And then 2 teaspoons of flour. We did miss this off at the beginning. We didn't have that in our original ingredients list, but it should be in there. So 2 teaspoons of flour to help bind it. And then we're also going to add a teaspoon of ground cumin. Goes in. And then scrape down the sides so it all mixes together nicely. And then we'll just blitz it again and it should bind together. Scrape it down the sides just to make sure it's all nicely mixed together. As you can see, it's just starting to come away from the edges of the mixer now. It's finally ground, but there is still a little bit of chickpea in there for a little bit of texture. So that's the base for the burgers. Now we're going to be forming it into some patties. Scrape off the blade. So just take the blade out, just be careful the blade is generally sharp. Take our mixture out now. Pop into this, pop into the bowl here.
Here I've prepared a tray with parchment ready for the patties to sit on so they can rest once they go in the fridge. So you just want to take a good handful. There we go. You can make them whichever size you like really, just form them how you want. The thinner they are, the quicker they'll cook, obviously. If you're doing it on a barbecue, probably best to keep them thinner so we can just you can seal them quickly and they'll be ready to go. There we go, there's one. Today we do have some bigger baps, so I'll make a bigger one. So when it's cooked, we can fill the bap properly.
So we'll just wrap those up, pop those in the fridge for a little while. About 15-20 minutes, just important to let it rest. Otherwise they may fall apart when you start to cook them because they're quite warm at the moment. I'll just pop them in the fridge for now. So
we'll move on to the beef burgers next. So me and Casper enjoy a bit of spice to our beef burgers, so we've got chilies to go in ours. We thought we'd spend a bit of time just to tell you about chilies and the dangers of them. When preparing chilies, it's important to either make sure you wash your hands obviously before, but more importantly after handling chilies, because if you rub your eye or go to the loo afterwards, you'll definitely know about it. So inside, you don't really want to eat the white bits, and you definitely, well, unless you're feeling a bit brave, you don't really want to eat the seeds either. So what we'll do is we'll just run a knife down the edge. And they should just pop out. I'm wearing gloves today for extra safety. Okay? So then what we'll do is we'll do a fine chop on the chilies, just like we did for the onions. So fingers curled inwards and run the knife along the front of your finger. Again, like Casper, just want to chop them up a little bit more afterwards, just for an extra fine chop. I can't stress this enough, wash your hands after handling chilies, okay?
So here we have some beef mince. We're gonna add around 400 grams of beef mince. Also, a teaspoon of finely minced garlic goes in there. And then we've got a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a couple of teaspoons of barbecue sauce, a little bit of a smoky flavour, a teaspoon of paprika, this is just regular paprika, a teaspoon of oregano, about half a teaspoon of English mustard, and a good pinch of salt and pepper.
And then it's all about mixing it all in. You can use your hands if you've got gloves, you can use your hands if you don't have gloves, so I'd recommend washing your hands obviously. It's best to get your hands right in there so you can mush it all in. Make sure you're getting good, even distribution of the flavour throughout the mince. So our burgers are done to our taste. Obviously you can choose whichever flavours you want to put into a burger. Some people just like them with just a bit of salt and pepper, and just beefy flavour. We like to kind of give ours a little bit more something special. So again, you can choose what size you want your patties to be. So we've got the same buns we had for the falafel burgers. So we're going to do some big ones and we'll just do regular size ones as well. So that's a regular size one. Pro tip, when cooking, if you're making your own beef burgers, if you push your finger or thumb into the middle of the burger, that will help it cook evenly. So that way the heat doesn't have to go through so much meat before the outside of the burger gets crispy and burnt and the inside of the burger isn't quite cooked. So if you push your finger into the middle, that way you get a nice even cook throughout. Again, same as the falafel burgers, if you let them rest, that way you get a nice even cook.
And then they just go into the fridge as well. When storing raw meat products in the fridge, it's always important to keep them at the bottom. Just ensures if any juice drips out of them or anything leaks, it leaks onto the bottom of the fridge and not on top of your salad or your tomatoes, whatever else you might have in there. Cool, so we're about to cook the burgers now. So we've just got a frying pan, just a little bit of oil on the base, stop it sticking. Take the burgers off of our parchment. Just let those cook gently on a kind of medium heat. About 4 to 5 minutes on each side.
These burgers are vegetarian and vegan friendly. So, and they also freeze well as well. So if you want to make the patties and then freeze them, you can then defrost them after and then cook them up how you are now, and it should be perfectly fine to eat.
So as you can see, the burgers just get a little bit of colour to them. a bit golden brown. So we're going to be serving our burgers with some salad in them. So here we've got some slices of red onion, some little gem layers which we've just washed. Just make sure there's no dirt or anything left in there, make sure it's dry, otherwise it's a little bit watery. And some big beefy tomatoes. Regular tomatoes will work well as well, these are just nice and big. Then we've got some big baps ready to put our burgers in. We'll be toasting those in a second. So as you can see, our burgers are nearly done now, just got a couple of minutes left. They'll be good to go. So we've got our baps here. I'm just going to take the bap, just pop it in the oven for a couple of minutes to warm through. I'm just going to transfer the burgers onto a baking sheet for a minute. Stop some cooking in the bottom of the pan. I'm ready to serve that way. So our baps should be toasted now. We'll start with a little bit of little gem lettuce. If you wanted to, you could add some a little bit of mayo underneath. These burgers are actually vegan at the moment, so we won't be adding any mayonnaise to ours. And a couple of slices of beefy tomato, a little bit of onion, a bit of crunch. And then pop our falafel burger on top, like so. Try not to lose too much. Put a lid on. And we've just got a little bit of tomato salsa to serve on the side. This is vegan. If you wanted to, you can have it on top of your burger. It's totally up to you. And there you have it, it's your falafel burger. So the burger's been cooking gently for about 10 to 15 minutes now. I'm just going to give them one last probe, check they're cooked. As you can see, the temperature's increasing quite quickly this time. So I've hit the magic 75 and gone a little bit over, which is good. So we know they're definitely cooked now. Take that out. Now we'll bring our burgers over here to the bun. Got a little bit of our blue cheese sauce here. Stick that on top. This is totally optional if you don't like blue cheese. You could replace that with a bit of barbecue sauce, maybe a bit of cheddar cheese, or even add some bacon. Feeling particularly hungry. And then put our lid on. So here you have it. It's your chili burger with blue cheese sauce. Enjoy.